Freddie, this is Chris from MarketSwingTrader.com. This is the wrap-up video, and also I'm going to put out a watch list. Alrighty. This is just an educational video. It's not an endorsement to purchase any stock or option or any futures. Make sure you consult a licensed financial advisor before investing in real money. These are my own personal trades. And if you do trade, make sure you trade with paper money so you can understand how options work. It's a great tool to use, and I do enjoy using options. But right now I'm going to go over the SPX. As you can see, on Friday we had a little down day, but you can see the pivot point moving averages are still sloping upward. The stochastics is embedded. We did not make a higher high, but we did not make a lower low. So what I'm thinking for Monday and next week is that we could, we're going to have a turning point. We're either going to keep grinding up, or if we do close below these pivot point moving averages, what I'm looking for is at least a move back down to 1250. But that is just my prediction. I mainly trade what the charts tell me. I do run scans every day, every night, to look for setups that meet my criteria and my trading plan, so I can just continuously generating money in my account. Now, if you look for Monday, the pivots for Monday is the resistance pivot is 1286.16. And the actual pivot point is 1277.66, and the support pivot is 1273.49. Let's just say 1273.5. Now, as you can see, Friday we kind of sold off. We held the pivot here, and then we kind of bounced up off of it. So I do trade off of the pivots. Mainly, I'm looking for daily setups. And then I trade off the pivots, the intraday pivots. But let's go over some trades that we did, that I did last week. Let's see, Joy Global. If we look at Joy Global, right there on right here, I said I was going to go ahead and put out a video. I think it was Thursday, and we jumped in here. Now Joy Global, I jumped in at the pivot. And I could have sold it up here for, let's see, 77.50, about 78. Yeah, it did make a 50-cent move. I did not take profits. Normally, when I do get a move like that, I will sell half. But for this one, I did not. And right now, it's actually a small losing trade for me, basically break even, really. It's just, well, it is a small losing trade for me. And then Friday, we came down. We held the support pivot, and we bounced back up. We sold off, held the support pivot, bounced back up. The reason I didn't get out is because right here on the daily, we did not close below this low. But then again, we did not close above Thursdays. So we're going to have to make a move on Joy Global. All the other trades that I have taken profits, they outweigh the loss that I took on Joy Global. Out of 4 trades, this is the only small losing trade that I have. So 3 out of 4 is not bad. So I'm going to keep my eye on this one. The other one I looked at was Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond, I got in right here on Thursday. As you can see, we closed above the pivot point moving averages. They were sloping upward. So I figured we were going to get a nice pop. So what did I do? I came in, I bought some. We had a pop, sold half. Friday, sold the other half. I'm all out. Bed Bath & Beyond, it was a nice profit. I think we could keep moving upward, but what I've learned in this market is when you get a decent move, go ahead and take it. And also Southwestern Energy. This was a good play. Thursday, jumped in right here. we had a nice pop. We kind of bounced back down to the intraday pivot, and then we kind of closed higher. So I sold half here towards the end of the day, just sold half. And then when we opened up Friday, I noticed we were selling off. And then right in here on the next candle, I just went on ahead and just got out of the trade. There's no reason to sell half, have a profit, and then hold the other half into a losing trade and make it a losing trade altogether. There's no reason for that. My trading plan, when I get a nice little pop, I like selling half, move to a break even. Don't let a winning trade turn it into a losing trade. There's something, I can't remember what trader told me this, but small profits build big accounts. Get those singles. When you get a hit and you get a single, take it. You know, sometimes you'll get a double. Every now and then you'll get a home run, and it'll just be a bang-up trade. Those do happen. They've happened to me. They'll happen again, but I don't anticipate them. They just happen, and when they do, it's celebration time, and I get out of all of them. So that don't look for home runs all the time, but when they come, they come. I like to hit singles and doubles all the time. Now, as far as Oracle, as you can see, Oracle, we came in and I threw out a video, and then I said, okay, I'm going to get in on Friday. And this was going to be strictly an intraday trade. This was going to be a day trade, a scalp trade. This was not going to be a swing trade, and the reason for it is because I was playing the weeklies, and I was playing it on a Friday, and I was not going to hold a weekly option long call into Saturday and Sunday. There's no reason for that. Just go ahead, get a nice bang-up profit, and then get back in Monday. If Monday's looking good, get back in Monday. But this one, I've got other trades that I'm looking into, so I probably won't get into it. But as you can see right here, Friday, we had a nice day. Jumped in right at the pivot. Like I say, I'm a pivot trader, so I jumped in right here, and then also I just rode it up, got out of it, made a decent profit on a weekly. And also for you Fibonacci traders, this is something that I'm looking into. I don't trade the Fibonacci's, but this is just something that I am looking into. And I'm going to start back testing it a little bit more and be like, okay, and I'm going to use it as mainly a confirmation. So we had a nice run. So tomorrow, let's say we were Thursday, and then Friday, you say, okay, I'm going to buy at the pivot. But if we drew a Fibonacci, that 50% was right down here at 2640. So even if you jumped in at the pivot at 2646, you know, that right there is pretty good confirmation. Even if we sold off and we got down to 2628, that would probably be another good entry for me to add to the position. Maybe my risk management says, okay, you can jump in 10 contracts, but then go ahead and get in half here. If we sell in, get in the other half. Okay, so that's just something I'm going to start playing around with. But mainly, I'm just going to stick to what's making me money now. But that's just, I'm going to use that for confirmation. I'm just going to see how it works out. Now, for Oracle, if we go here, let's go to the think back. Let's say, when was Friday? The 6th. Okay. And, alrighty. Oh, all right. So, if we look at the theoretical pricing, the mark, as you can see, was 31 cents. Now, if you take a 30-cent profit, then all of a sudden you got a mark of 31 and you got theoretical price of 43. That right there is a nice move. After commissions, I mean, you're looking at a nice. You're risking $31 and you're making $43. I mean, that's really good. That's like $12. Okay, you're risking $31. You're making $12. that's pretty good risk reward. I think it is. I mean, not risk reward, but that's pretty good profit return, great return on margin. So that's the kind of plays that I do like to do. Okay, those are for weeklies. Now, some of the trades that I'm looking to get into, if we look at Salesforce. Now, Salesforce, if we look at this, and this is something that I'm not going to play real big. And the reason for that is these pivot point moving averages. This one is sloping down. This one is still sloping down. But we closed above it. So what I'm looking for is a snap back to the means of this pivot point moving average. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, and I'm looking to go in real small. So that's what I'm looking for, is a nice move back down to 99.72 and start having an entry there. Okay, I do got a couple alerts set up, but that's what I'm looking for. The main thing I don't like about this is pivot point moving averages are sloping down, but the stochastics is running back up. So I'm just going to play it off the intraday pivots because we had a nice move on the daily. I mean, we closed pretty good on the daily. Okay, we had a little indecision candles right here. We closed above them. What I'm thinking is that we could have a little pullback and then a run back up. So I'm going to trade this right off of the pivots, the intraday pivots here. But I'm not going to go in as normal size. So then right here, if we look at Intuit, we have a nice, it's just sitting there basing. But then we had a nice move. We closed above the monthly pivot. We closed above the pivot point moving averages. Stochastics is separating upward again. So what I'm thinking is we could have a nice move on this one. Again, I'm not going to go in as much as I normally do. And if we look, there's the pullback right down to the pivot of 52.84. So what I'm looking for is a pullback to hold that and then to bounce back up. Now, if we do this right here, this is the Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement is right at 52.70. The pivot is at 52.84. So that could be confirmation right around this area that we could pull back into and then run back up. Then again, I don't trade off the Fibonacci. I'm just trying to work with it, and see how it's going to work with my entry points for confirmation. So right around that area, I'm looking to get into Intuit. INTU. So that is the wrap up and the watch list. I only have 2 things on the watch list. And then again, also, if the market gaps up, the entries for CRM and Intuit are broken, trade's broken, walk away from it. If we gap down, then I'm just going to have to see what kind of positions I want to do with them. I mean, we could gap down and then all of a sudden they open up, and then they open up below the pivot and they start running down to the support pivot for Intuit and even for CRM. So I'm just going to have to play it by ear in the morning, see what the futures are doing, and then I will see if I'm going to make the trades. And again, I will do a follow-up video if I get in, and then I am going to post my losses. So actually, Joy Global is a loss for me. I'm actually losing a little bit of money on that, but the money I made on the other 3 trades is making up for it. So that's it. Everybody have a good trading day Monday, and I will do another wrap up Monday. Later.